Hey guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina with another Sunday night live stream show. That's right, it's Sunday night, y'all, and it is time for that live stream show. Tonight I got Cam Frank in the studio with me tonight. How you doing, Frank?
Yep, I'm doing great.
So we are going to be talking all about nearshore and offshore fishing tips, tricks, and more, and going to be talking about upcoming trips. What's going on. We're going to release the Black Friday deals. We're going to be talking about our Black Friday specials and our special Black Friday seminar event. Also, we're going to be talking about this week's special 10-hour all-day trip coming up here Wednesday. We got a special 10-hour all-day. Going to talk a little bit about the weather and obviously, as always, show you what we've been catching. And, of course, giving away those free fishing trips. So make sure to comment where you're watching from. Don't forget to grab your venting tool and get ready for a good show. We are going to get started here very shortly. Just need a few minutes to let people kind of pop in here. And we'll get started after that. So don't forget to comment where you're watching from. Don't forget to like the video. If you're watching on Facebook, don't forget to like the video. If you're watching on Facebook, also don't forget to like our page. Where did that go? Comments are going fast already. Jeffrey Murray, Josiah Stevens, appreciate the stars. Thank you so much. And we are going to get started very shortly. Remember, if you want to get entered to win those free fishing trips, you do have to comment on the video at least one time and then continue watching live. Giomar Jeremillo, thanks for the stars. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for watching. Got Wisconsin in here, Indiana, Dayton, Ohio, Bradenton, Florida. Richard Blazak, thanks for the stars, buddy. Newport Richey, Michigan,
Pittsburgh,
Northport,
PA,
Florida.
man.
Pittsburgh, Zephyr Hills.
They're having a good run on football this year.
That is crazy what the
10-0,
Steelers are doing.
man. That's awesome. Good for them.
Chrissy Payne, thanks for the stars. Appreciate you. When do the Bucks play Pittsburgh?
Well, they were supposed to do it preseason.
Oh, really?
And because of the COVID thing, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could see them potentially if all the stars aligned and the right guys went to the playoffs. We could have the Super Bowl in Tampa with Tampa Bay versus Pittsburgh.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Bam, that would be insane.
Oh, man.
What's up?
That would be a good one.
Where's the video?
We're not started yet.
What?
Yeah, it's 8:29 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nick, appreciate the stars, man. We're just letting anticipation build.
Yeah.
Gotta let
They
people
don't know
join.
what we're wearing right now, and all they can do is hear us. Man,
Yep.
we could be in our thongs right now.
You could be in your thong. Mine's safely put away in the closet.
I couldn't be in your thong. That would be weird.
Oh, man. Well, the supporters group wants to talk a little bit about the 10-hour all-day trip Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to be talking about that, too. And Gabe said he wants to talk about Jameson. I always want to talk about Jameson. I don't know if we could do a whole trip on that, though.
We could do a whole hour, you mean?
A whole hour, that's what I meant.
Oh, we could.
Christine, appreciate the stars. Ron, Sharon, appreciate the stars. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Early Thanksgiving to everybody. Turkey Day's around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna eat a lot.
I think I'm just going to go to Boston Market and call it a day.
They do make it easy.
Yeah, they do.
Jim Evans, appreciate the stars. Jeffrey Murray, appreciate you sending more stars. Thank you very much, guys. Jameson trip sounds good. That would be cool.
It's just
a
a
Jameson
just a
fishing trip.
A liquor fishing trip.
that would go very badly.
You're not allowed to have any water either.
No water, Jameson only. That would be awesome. It would have to be a 5-hour trip.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You've seen a 10-hour trip and what happens to me on Jameson. Dan, appreciate the stars. Richard Blazak, Melissa Chamberlain, Terry Feather, thank you guys. All right, I think it is about that time. Frank, you ready?
Yeah, show them our faces.
What's up? Thanks for watching, guys.
Boom, no thongs. Gotcha.
I made him promise before he came over that he would put his thong away.
Yeah.
All right.
I had to go commando.
With that, let's start on showing you guys what we've been catching. Let's show you the inshore catch lately. Been seeing a lot of these redfish. The redfish bite's going very well lately. We're seeing a lot of redfish around the passes, even out on the beach, and then all the way to the upper bay waters, mangrove shorelines, grass flats. A lot of these fish schooled up, feeding very actively around the flats, dock lines. A lot of bait in the area right now, and it's got the redfish very active.
Yeah, they're tearing up the reds on the dock right now. It's ridiculous.
They're catching redfish like crazy on the dock.
Redfish after redfish.
And the guys that fish at night on that incoming tide in the pass,
Mm-hmm.
they've started bringing out their own little lights, underwater lights, and they put them out on
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw one guy.
And now they have two of them.
Is that right?
Yeah, this morning
I was serious.
Yeah,
Come on now.
I looked up underneath the bridge. There was two underwater lights under the north side of Johns Pass Bridge.
That's awesome.
And they're tearing up the reds. Catching the reds on the wading on the flats. More flats fishing redfish. There's still a few snook around. Most of the snook are heading back up into the bay, but there's still a few out on the beach and around the passes. But definitely getting a little fewer and further between.
Wow, look at the color on that.
That's a backwoods snook.
That is awesome.
And a lot of these snook this time of year will start moving up into the bay around the rivers, and that's where you get that dark colored from.
Yeah, no sand.
Yeah, he's been chilling around the flats in that dark colored bay water. And this is the big one. You excited yet, Frank?
About that triple tail?
Yeah, you've been
That they're
seeing
back?
some?
So on our way out on the last all day,
Yeah.
apparently there was a coconut floating by, and there was a giant triple tail on it.
On a coconut?
Yeah, and Mikey's like, "Oh yeah, Smokey saw a big giant triple tail on that coconut there," and he's like, "I looked at it, and we were way far from it," and he was like, "It was a big one." I'm like, "You guys didn't tell me?" I was like, "Why would you not tell me?" So I could stop the boat and get it. You know, I mean, come on.
They didn't want to stop the boat.
There's not much better eating than those.
Yeah, they are good eating.
I don't know something that's better than that. If you ever get a chance to eat a
You should have seen the size of the...
I won't give you one.
You should have seen the size of the strawberry grouper they caught on the half day today. They caught like some 16-inch strawberry grouper.
That's a good one.
Yeah, some monsters.
I
I think that's better eating.
It was about 3.5 pounds off the Mexican Pride of all places. This is like 5 years ago, and it was like the blackest, darkest strawberry, and it was just under 20 inches.
Wow.
It was crazy big.
Yeah, I caught one that was 18 and a half inches on an overnight trip one time.
That's just about the same size. 3-pounder.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Cool, we got a cobia too this week. I forgot.
Yeah, I saw the cobia on the friendly. I don't have the photo of it, but it definitely, the cobia are back.
Yeah.
Cobia are back, triple tail are back, working the beach right now for those floating debris and buoys. A great opportunity to catch some of those triple tail and perhaps maybe even a cobia. Thank you, Lynn Collins, for sending some more stars. Appreciate you. So that's the inshore front, what we've been seeing. Let's work our way near shore. We got a lot of near shore photos tonight. The near shore fishing is really picking up for us. It is going very well.
Yeah, it's insane.
Go ahead, tell them how the near shore fishing is.
Why not? That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much. So again, the gag groupers have moved in. You have a much better shot this year than any year I've seen in the last 4 or 5 years with the catching a gag grouper on an all day and maybe even a half day if you got super lucky. But in the hog fish, red groupers, we're getting like gag groupers up to 30, 31 inches. The red groupers are I'm seeing them 22 inches, and then the hogs are just they're just coming back. Everything's just amazing right now fishing.
Yeah, we're catching a lot of hogs. And as I was going through there, you guys saw some photos from the Flying Hub 2. So this was a 5-hour half day on the Flying Hub 2 the other day. And they were not fishing very far from shore. They were fishing kind of deeper side of where we fish on a 10-hour all day. But definitely in that 70 to 100 foot range. The gag grouper are we're catching them pretty good right now. And we're seeing some nice big hogfish mixed in. Some red grouper action. As Frank said, it doesn't get much better than it is right now.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get better.
And we're not having to do any drift fishing. We're getting everything on anchor. A couple hundred grunts too on half days on anchor, which is that's great for down this way.
Yeah, and especially right now we have to anchor because all the wind we've been getting.
That's a monster lane. I don't know if
big lanes.
But those are I want to say that those are 20-inch lanes, 16 to 20 inches.
Some big lane snapper.
Yeah.
And there's that 10-hour all-day gag.
Yeah, that was a really nice gag. That was his first one he had ever caught.
Yeah.
He was super stoked. He caught it on a spinning rod.
On a chunk of squid.
On a chunk of squid and a little bitty hook. And you can see where I gaffed him.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. I was going to get him in the boat because he had, like a chicken rig. And I was like, we're not losing this thing. As soon as I could see him, we reached down and stuck him. But so he just caught his first keeper gag, and I think he was out just a few days earlier, and he caught his first keeper hogfish. So this is a new guy that's been fishing with us a lot lately. And
Brian Eakins, he's one of our supporters in our supporter group. He's definitely been tearing them up lately.
Yeah, he's having some good times.
10-hour all day. 10-hour all day. Definitely getting a good opportunity for some nice fish.
Yeah, nice hogfish too.
There's another nice hog. Mm-hmm. And we got a special 10-hour all day this week, Wednesday, with plenty of room on it.
Yeah, that's one thing we had to go over because obviously Thursday is Thanksgiving and just everyone wants to go fishing this week. It's all the kids are out of school.
A lot of people coming into town.
Looking good.
Yeah.
So, what we did was because Thursday is going to be shut down, we decided we're going to go ahead and open up an all-day trip on Wednesday. So we're almost full already on Tuesday, and Wednesday we've got, just a small number of people. So if you're looking to get out there to get on some of this action, that's a good day to book it.
Good opportunity.
Yep.
And you're running Tuesday and Wednesday, right?
He was so happy. That was his first ever keeper.
Dan Netto?
Yep.
He's another one of our supporters. That 10-hour trip that we added on Monday of last week, we put that out to the supporters page, and they all jumped on it. And that's basically what made it happen.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
He was super stoked about that.
Why can't I ever click forward? There we go. And this is our bait guy, Brian. Oops. So this is our bait guy, Brian. You can see how close to the beach he is. The kingfish are back in town.
Yeah, sure. Looks like blinds passed.
Yeah, Ada pushed them off, but they're back. The water's finally clearing up a little bit. We're seeing those kingfish again. And red grouper, can't sleep on the red grouper. Still catching quite a few of those as well, mixed in there with those gags and lane snappers. So great time to get out there near shore for sure.
She was super stoked. You should have seen her reeling that grouper.
Yeah. You can see by her face that was a memorable experience. That looks like a half-day trip.
Yeah,
she's got a smartwatch on.
Happy. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a 5-hour half-day keeper grouper.
Yep, half-day keeper grouper.
That's awesome, man. You can't beat that.
Nope.
All right, so we worked our way inshore, near shore, and let's show you what they're catching offshore on the 39-hour trips. The hogfish bite's so good, we're seeing them offshore, too. This was from a recent 39-hour trip. Caught a nice hog. And once they caught the first hog, everybody grabbed what shrimp they had and sent them down. They caught 3 more.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think they're down there all the time like that, but nobody
nobody
Fishes
fished for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people spear fish for them out there, but no one really hook and lines them out deep. And it's just there's so many other more aggressive fish around. It's tough, man.
Yeah.
I've tried it before on one of those 39-hour trips where we had the light load private charter, and I fished almost all day with shrimp, and it just gets so infuriating because you drop down, and by the time you hit the bottom, the bait's already gone. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's really tough to fish shrimp out there in deep water just because it's harder to feel the bite.
But that's cool that they came back with 4 hogfish on an overnighter. Like, that's unheard of, you know?
Yeah, it was really cool. Most of the time, we get them occasionally, and when we do catch them, they're really big.
Yeah.
And that's about it. But to have a handful of them, all really good size, pretty impressive. And then also the red grouper action's going well out there. We're catching solid numbers of red grouper, 2 to 3 dozen red groupers a trip on that 39-hour right now. So real good red grouper bite. The blackfin tuna are starting back up. We're starting to see them out there in deeper waters, especially at night and trolling on the way out. They actually, on this 39-hour that came back this morning, they had a double hookup. So they one guy caught a blackfin tuna trolling, and so he foul hooked it. So it was taking a while to reel in, so they ended up slowing the boat down a little bit. And because it was foul hooked, it was kind of zigzagging. So everybody else started reeling in their tackle. And the guy on the other side, Larry Benedict, who has been fishing with us for a long time, he went out and bought trolling tackle, he bought trolling lures, he invested all this time, energy, and money into learning how to troll and trying to perfect his trolling, and is frustrated because he hasn't caught a blackfin. So he's reeling in his lure, trying to get out of the way of the other guy who's catching a blackfin. And as he's reeling in his lure, blackfin tuna comes out from underneath the boat and frickin' smacks his lure, like within reaching distance of the boat. Yeah, and it ran around a little bit, and they stuck it with a gaff and brought it in.
That's cool.
He was pumped this morning. It was really cool to see him catch his first blackfin tuna, and you don't catch them like that, retrieling a lure like that.
Yeah,
that's pretty
rare.
Yeah, pretty impressive for sure. So they're definitely out there, and we're seeing more of them. Plus, look at that guy. Big mangrove snapper. We've been seeing some good sized mangroves, and some good quantity of the mangroves too. Not all of them are that big size, but a pretty good overall grade. And there's one of the blackfin tuna from the 39-hour that got back today.
Nice.
Yeah,
How many they end up with?
They just had the 2, so not a ton. But the last trip had 1, and they're definitely, I think, getting more and more populated out there. Nice scamp grouper from the 39-hour. Some more mangroves. And we don't have a bunch of photos from this trip, unfortunately. It was a little tougher this trip, but not a bad trip overall. They were able to grind together and put together a nice catch of fish, but it definitely was a little slower. And a lot of people were asking about the video this morning. We didn't get the fish pile video like normal, only because unfortunately I was a little busy with stuff going on this morning, and Will started throwing fish before I had a chance to film it. So no other reason other than unfortunately timing didn't work out. But they had a nice pile of fish, and we definitely would have shown you all the catch if we didn't miss it. So my bad, y'all. So with that, I think it is time to talk a little bit about the weather real fast, and then we'll get into your questions. Start giving away some of these free trips as well. Don't forget to enter to win one of those free trips. You do have to comment at least one time on the videos, so make sure you do that if you haven't done so already. And to talk about the weather, we're going to go over to hubbardsmarina.com. Once on our website, you can go over to Fishing Trips, scroll down to the Weather Links page. On the Weather Links page, you're going to find all the weather links that we use to check the weather ourselves, including our ultimate storm forecast. Our friends at Mike's Weather page shows us all the trends. I like looking at this website first, so it gives us a good idea of what's going on. I scroll down on the right hand column there, and it gives you a good outlook. So right now we've got a lot of turbulent weather around, and then as we get into tomorrow, low pressure starts pushing down with a high behind it. And as we get into Tuesday, that low pressure moves through, and we got that high behind it settling in. So definitely a little bit of turbulent weather coming up, but hopefully that front looks fairly weak as far as its effect on the area. And you can see here. Yeah.
We're going to catch fish this week.
Yeah, you can see here, looks like Wednesday looks clear. So Wednesday looks pretty good. Just a little bit of a high pressure. So we're going to have a higher east wind probably. And then Thursday, I should blow this up a little bit so y'all can see it. Thursday, got another approaching low. Doesn't quite make it down to us. And then it looks like a big low at the end of next week. What's that? Sunday. So that looks like a big low pressure system. Sunday, November 29th. So that kind of gives us a general idea of the trends. But going back to the weather links page, if you don't want to get that in depth, the wind finder forecast gives you all the information you need. At a glance, you can kind of see where the windy weather is, and there's that high pressure in between Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, luckily it's happening after we come back in on Tuesday, and then potentially before but I think there was an east wind too, so
yeah, Sunday
we're going to be protected all around, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly. Monday doesn't look bad, about 2.5, 3 foot. This is inshore, guys, near shore, on our 5 and 10 hour forecast area. Tuesday, like Captain Frank said, east wind, only about 2.5, 2 foot. Wednesday gets a little bumpier, but still east wind.
Just in the morning, though.
Yeah, it's not bad. Definitely doable. And right now we've been anchoring up anyway, so this wind and sea forecast is nothing to worry about. Thanksgiving, we are closed. Friday, Black Friday, when we open back up, weather looks gorgeous. Looks really nice through the early part of the weekend, and then that front boundary system we saw, that big old bad to the bone cold front comes through there late Sunday and a Monday, and we looked at it in the prog charts, and there it is in the wind forecast. Pretty amazing how that correlates. But yeah, so looks decent Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and
of course the nicest day of the week is Thursday.
Well, yeah, we're closed.
We're closed.
No, I would say Friday looks nicer.
Yeah, Friday does look pretty nice too.
Black Friday and even Saturday. So Friday, Saturday are the best days weather-wise of the week. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday look totally doable and not too bad. And right now we've been fishing in 2 to 3 foot, 3 foot seas pretty consistently. So to us, it's almost getting normal.
I would love to do just a trip with the crew on Thursday morning if anybody wants to go. Take the hub out.
It's Thanksgiving, dog.
We'll be back by turkey time.
Yeah.
Put the turkey in.
We walk out of here right now, and you go tell my wife we're going fishing Thursday.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Just tell her there's an emergency.
There's an emergency. I'll be gone for 10 hours. Yeah. All right. Let's get into, first of all, giving away a free fishing trip. Let's do one of our 5-hour half days for 2 guests. 5-hour half days for 2 guests. Let's see who the lucky winner is. Get this zoomed in, right? All right. So, lucky winner of the 5-hour half day for 2 guests, $130 value, goes to James Vereen from Riverview, Florida. James is a brand new grandfather. His son, Jamin, just had a brand new, I think, baby girl about 2.5 weeks ago.
Awesome.
Yeah, and they are both in our regulars club. So congratulations, James. He does a lot of our longer range trips. He went out in the 10-hour today.
Did he?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
How'd they do today?
On the 10-hour, it was a little picky today.
Yeah.
Captain Bobby has had a lot of good luck with pelagics, and unfortunately, a lot of the wrong kind of pelagics. Today, they were literally being chased by bonitas. So they got to one spot, and it was just bonitas everywhere, and he was like, screw this, picked up and ran far away from it, a couple miles, and dropped down. Sure enough, same thing, bonitas.
More bonitas, yeah.
And it just caused a lot of tangles and chaos, and they had to kind of grind through that, cut a lot of rigs.
Been there.
But they caught some nice hogs. They caught a few hogs. They caught a few mangroves. They caught a decent number of smaller heads and tails to kind of fill the box. So it wasn't a terrible trip, but it wasn't a good trip by any means. Bonita kind of ruined it, unfortunately, today. But
Yeah,
Tuesday's another day.
You think that couldn't even happen, but man, I have had days like that before where
The bonita are thick right now.
man, they can drive you nuts, man. If you got that many lines dropped down and you drop down in a school of bonita, man, it can get ugly.
Chaos.
You think you've probably had it ugly. You've been out on your boat, and maybe you and another guy or somebody else, maybe even 3 or 4 of you hooked into a bonita. But try drop like 9, 10 people hooking up with a bonita at the same exact time, and it is
9, 10 people hooking up with a
nightmare.
9, 10 people hooking up with a bonita with 20 other people, 30 other people around them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh
It's a
God.
nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
And then you're
It's
like,
just-
hey, it's a bonita, cut the line, or tighten up your drag and horse it. No, it's a kingfish, man.
Or it's the biggest fish they've ever caught, and they want to at least see it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to cut some of these
Catch-22.
fish that that they're from wherever, Indiana or something. And they've never felt something on the line like that before, and to just go up to somebody's line, and just cut it without saying, being like, hey,
That's
look,
how
this
bad
is how it
reviews
goes.
start.
I mean, it's a tough sell for that.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. It's
Yeah.
a lose-lose. Thanks, Jeff Murray. Appreciate the stars, buddy. All right, so we gave away our 5-hour half day. We still got a 10-hour all day to give away and a 39-hour trip. But first, let's answer some of these questions and see what we got going on here. Isn't there a live video tonight? Yes. They asked at 8:23. We started a little late, I guess. Sorry, guys. Yes, there is a live video tonight. Hope you're enjoying it.
I thought it was supposed to start at 8:30. You said.
But normally I started a little early.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
All right.
I followed the Salt Strong course on Mangrove Snapper. I also watched all the related videos of you guys available out there on the subject, but I still miss more fish than I hook. What am I doing wrong? I notice that I get nibbles quite fast after I drop my baits, but it's either cranking up too early or I'm cranking too late. And that is the $1 million question.
So,
Timing is everything, and it really comes down to your reel. If you want to stick to using one reel, in my opinion, to make sure you get comfortable with that timing. Nothing will mess you up more than going from a medium gear ratio to a high gear ratio reel and then to a spinning rod. You're going to mess up your timing. So you kind of want to devote your Mangrove Snapper learning to one reel, one setup, and get used to it. Get the feel for the bite, get the timing down, and then from there you expand out and branch out once you get the timing down. But to me, as soon as you start getting those nibbles, good nibbles, you want to start cranking.
are we to assume that this is an overnighter? Like somebody that went on an overnighter?
No.
Okay.
No, never assume. You know what happens when you assume.
Yeah. All right. So what I could suggest too is maybe downsizing the size of your hook. If you know you're on mangrove snappers and you are fishing for mangrove snappers and you just want to catch them, downgrade it. Let them swallow the whole thing. You know what I mean? And you get them. I used to do that all the time if it was really tough like that, because sometimes those mangrove snappers, it's like they know how to be trickier than and I would downsize to like a 30-pound leader, super small hooks, and let them swallow. I don't know how.
That's cheating.
Whatever. But
No, I like
you know,
catching them in the mouth.
10 or 15. Yeah, well, you'd get at least half, if not 70% of them would be hooked in the mouth still. But
I don't know.
saying.
I like bigger hooks myself.
If you want to win, and throw
If you
a
want to
little
win,
in
cheat.
there, whatever.
Good motto, Frank.
Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know. In near shore waters, anywhere shallower than, let's say, or deeper than 40 foot, shallower than 80, 90, 100 foot, I typically around 3 to 4 for mangroves.
Yeah.
And then deeper than 100 foot, shallower than like 160-ish, typically around 5 4 5 and then beyond that about 6 is what I stick with for mangrove snapper.
Well, he's watched all the videos, it sounds like. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there's always golf,
Tough crowd. Oh man. No, it's mangrove snappers that's why it's my favorite fish.
Yeah.
It is one of the trickiest fish to go out there and catch consistently and catch often. It really, really takes a lot of practice and a lot of just luck. A little bit of luck and a lot of practice.
Yeah.
And
For sure. It's
the right tackle, too. The right tackle makes it a dream. If you have the right rod to feel the bite, so many people are like, I'm struggling catching mangroves, and then I look at their tackle, and they're using like a 80 to 100-pound solid glass rod with roller guides, and it's like, there's your problem. And same thing with the reel. If you're not using a high-speed reel, you're really not enabling yourself to have a successful opportunity. And then double snell rigs. If you're not doing a double snell rig, you might as well just stop trying.
Yeah, that's for sure. And speaking of the high-speed reels, I mean, we're going to touch base on that too, because we got Black Friday coming up, right?
Yeah, we got Black Friday deals going on the 2-speed reels. Are we skipping forward?
Well, I just, it was...
No, let's do that, because we'll forget.
Yeah.
Or I'll forget. Or you'll forget. Who we're going to blame it on. So let's make it to where everybody can see these. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Bear with me. There's the right button. You got to know the buttons. All right, so we're going to go just screen so you guys can see it even better. So here's the Black Friday deals currently, and these will be listed on our website shortly. We've got all the X-Wrap Rapala lures going to be 40% off. The Bull Bay rods are going to be 25% off when you purchase a Saltist or Saltiga conventional. We're going to have the Saltist and... Alright, so this price is wrong. That's supposed to be $369. Definitely. I'm pretty sure.
I was like, wow, that's...
I'm pretty sure she put that price in there wrong.
Is it?
Yeah, it's $369, and then if you buy the rod, you get 25% off. That was the deal Amanda had talked about. So I think she mislabeled that, but we'll have to double check with her. I sent her this. This is pre-Black Friday. We're talking about this as managers tomorrow to put it on the website. So stay tuned to the website. Right. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Amanda mistyped that. And then the new Fathom trolling skirted plugs are 40% off. We got deals on the Hubbard's Marina hats, shirts, trolling lures, Daiwa spinning reels, Spro jigs, Costa sunglasses, 30% off. So Frank can get more white Costas.
Yeah, you don't get that opportunity too often to be able to do the 30% off the Costas. And let me tell you, we have one of the best selections of Costa sunglasses I've ever seen in any retail store. So
she talked to me. I like those. I think they're.
I just got my new Tiger Sharks. Have you seen these with the black and the white?
Oh yeah, those are
frame.
Cool. Yeah, I wear the same frame all the time. That's the only frame I ever wear. And Amanda got the same frame but with red accents in it and a red Costa thing. And I forgot my glasses the other day, and I was looking at them. I bought them. She's always bringing in different variations of the frames we like and talking me into getting more. So she does a good job.
Yep.
Definitely got a lot of them in there. So that was a taste of the Black Friday deals going on in the shop. But don't forget, we're going to have the biggest Black Friday deal is the 20% off gift certificates. And those will go on sale on Black Friday and run for a week. 7 days, strictly 7 days. So make sure you get in on that while you can. And we'll talk more about that soon. What is biting in the shipping lanes in the bay? So right now, still some mangrove snapper around. And then a lot of people are trolling for those gag grouper in the bay right now.
Yeah. And
inside the bay, they're using those curly tail, soft plastic lures with the weighted jig head, like 65-pound braid and a heavy spinning reel, or even a light conventional reel with, again, around 65-pound braid and a short piece of around 60-pound monofilament or fluorocarbon. And trolling slow right along the edges of the shipping channel until you find one of those fish. Out deeper, they're using those Rapala X-Wraps and stuff like that, and even using planers with those little soft plastic curly tails where appropriate. But that's what's biting in the bay right now. Can't get the Facebook live stream to work. That's odd. Sorry anybody is having difficulty with that.
Huh.
After the show, we'll try to help you. Can't help you during the show, unfortunately. Can you guys hook up a USF grad? And can I get a go Bulls? Well, I went to UCF, so I don't know about saying go Bulls, but you might be able to.
Go Bulls.
There you go. You're supposed to do the horn thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that like the Dirt Rocker thing?
No, it's the USF Bulls, man.
I don't know.
Jeez. You're so old.
I never went to college.
Not sure we will be able to make the 39-hour before New Year's. Are the huge vermilions still targeted on the 39-hour after New Year's? Oh, yeah. Definitely. We see a lot of vermilions, mangroves, red grouper action, blackfin tuna. Still probably some kingfish around at that time, too. You mentioned a show or two ago back about putting new reels on boat rods. Bass Pro Shops, offshore angler reels. How long has Hubbard's Marina used these, and how do they hold up?
That's a solid, good question.
Yeah, Frank, take it away.
Well, I was surprised, honestly, that they've held up so well.
I was too. When you look at the price and you look at the I mean, it's impressive.
If you were to just buy one and use one yourself and not beat it like we get them beat, you're never gonna have a problem with that reel, like ever. I can't, because the way they get beat on our boat is the true test of what it will withstand. Mm-hmm. And I don't believe that any one individual could possibly put a reel through what we put it through.
No way.
So I would recommend them. Yes, it's a great reel for us and what we do. It works perfect for us. It's not the highest speed reel out there. Doesn't have the highest drag.
It actually has an impressive drag,
but it's very good.
Yeah.
You know, that for somebody who's not looking for you popping it up there right now. So
yeah, I'm gonna pop it up so they can see it, and it's not loading.
Well,
hopefully it doesn't put my pro points up here. There it goes.
So that's the reel we're talking about for those of you that have not been out with us yet.
And there's the gear ratio choices, so you can choose different gear ratio choices. So 3.25 to 1, which is a medium gear ratio.
What do we run? Which ones do we run?
The 3.25 ones.
Okay.
And then
the faster one.
Then the 6/0 goes a little slower, gets a little bit more power, but it's got a lot of drag. Yeah. Where's the drag? So the 6/0 got 44 pounds of drag, which is impressive.
I didn't know that.
Look at the 4/0, dude. The 4/0 has some impressive. So the 4/0's got 30 pounds of drag, which is a lot for a 4/0 reel.
Yeah.
So definitely, and look at the price. You just can't beat the price. You guys, I got to zoom in for you guys at home. Sorry about that. So 30 pounds of drag, only $80 for that Seafire 4/0. Great reel. I will tell you right now, you cannot order them. I've been trying to order them myself for a while. Let's see. Can you even add to cart? Oh, it says free pickup in store, pickup tomorrow. Even though they're telling me they're out of stock.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, but you're probably asking for
after
50
Bass Pro. After this, we're going to talk to Bass Pro.
Yeah, we're going to get them on camera.
Yeah, we only ordered about 70 of them, so that might be our problem.
So we haven't had any problems with like handles coming off, really. I mean, we maybe have lost one or something, but you know, no screws coming out. It's just a good solid reel. It totally would you know, if that's the kind of reel you're looking for, I would stand behind it for sure.
If you're balling on a budget, it's a reel to go for.
Yeah,
because it's
sure.
Solid and it will last you a long time.
Yeah, and I've definitely seen like people reeling nice gag groupers with that, red snappers. It's if like you said, if you're balling on a budget, I like that.
Balling on a budget. When can I get my 49-hour trip for 2021? I assume you meant to type a 39-hour trip.
Never. Never. You will never get the 49 hours, sir. We're not going to allow you on that trip.
So the 39-hour trips and the 44-hour trips, they're going to open up all our specialty trips, 12-hour, 39-hour, 44-hour, open up December 1st, Tuesday, December 1st at 11 a.m. So stay tuned. Can we keep amberjack on the 44-hour? I assume you mean the 44-hour after Thanksgiving on November 27th, and the answer is no.
Are they opening up some other season on red snapper? Somebody sent... Oh, okay, never mind.
You know how angry you make me right now? You're supposed to know this stuff. Yes, they lengthened the private recreational red snapper season again. So they gave the private recreational, private anglers 3 more weekends, 6 additional days.
When is that?
It's like this weekend, next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it does not apply to us at Hubbard's Marina. So if you call tomorrow and say, I heard this on the live show, one of the office ladies will stab me in the neck.
And that's why I wanted to bring it up, so that all of you guys realize that we can't do that for you.
So if you do call, make sure you tell them it was Frank who told you that.
No, I wanted everyone to be informed. That's why I was putting it out there.
Yes, private recreational red snapper season is controlled by the FWC, and the FWC and the state has been doing a great job at monitoring their quota in real time, and if they don't hit their quota, they add more days, which is great. Now, we are federally permitted for hire boats, so the entire Gulf of Mexico charter boat and party boat fleet is federally permitted and federally managed by NOAA's Fisheries and Gulf of Mexico Fishery Management Council. And our quota is monitored by the feds. And the feds move very slowly, and they're not as nimble, and they don't monitor quota in real time yet. Now, starting in 2021, Captain Frank over here is going to have to, we're all going to have to, everybody on the entire Gulf of Mexico who runs a charter boat or party boat trip will have to report after the trip, before offloading fish, exactly what we caught and discarded.
Yeah, right now we do it on paper, every trip.
Well, party boats have been doing it for almost, I mean, we're going on 25 years now, but charter boats don't. So say, Frank, you ran the Florida tomorrow, you'd have to fill out a report at the end of the trip. Right. And you can do that on paper or on your smartphone, but you will always do it on paper, and then someone else enters it into the computer. But if you go out and ran the hub the next day, you wouldn't fill out a report of what you caught. So now they're putting everybody into that system, and they're strapping VMSs tracking us too. So we're going to have some real-time data in the federal fleet soon. And after probably about 5 to 7 years, we will see that real-time quota management. So
it's
good stuff.
A lot of people are worried about it, and I understand. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to show a real numbers for everybody. So.
Yeah, even if it's bad in the short run, being sustainable, accountable, and fishing to our quotas 100% is going to be awesome. So we're looking forward to that. All right, are redfish good to eat? I realize you can't keep them. When do you think the moratorium will be lifted on redfish? So redfish are very good to eat. I enjoy eating them in Louisiana when I go up there. Blackened redfish.
Yeah, that's where
can't beat
all
it.
blackening. Whenever you go to a restaurant right now, it's all blackened or fried. Whatever. The whole blackened fish thing that all started in Louisiana with redfish. Like that was like the thing to do.
Yeah,
blackened redfish. When you go to Publix and you buy they have 4 different brands there. The one I like is Chef Paul Perdune's Blackened Redfish Magic. Ooh. And that's my favorite one. I use it every time. And I've tried all the other ones to save a buck or two. They don't taste the same to me, but they're definitely good blackened. You know.
Yeah, redfish are great blackened. To answer your question, the moratorium will probably be lifted at the end of May 2021. So that's when redfish, snook, and trout are going to be reevaluated by the FWC. And I don't see them being able to push that closure anymore with how much the fisheries rebounded.
Yeah.
But
and that's just right around the corner. I know it's still, sucks that it's 7 months away, but it's right around the corner. We'll be eating redfish in no time.
And with that, I think it's time to give away a 10-hour all-day trip for 2 guests. 10-hour all-day trip for 2 guests. This is a $218 value coming at you. Salvador Guzman. Congratulations. Salvador Guzman. You won a 10-hour all-day trip for 2 guests. We put it back on the wrong screen again. I'm always guessing which screen it's going to pop up on. Guzman.
I can't handle any of this what you're doing right now. You're like moving stuff from way over there and
multiple screens. It makes life easy and difficult at the same time. All right, so let's get into some more questions, but we also want to make sure we covered all our announcements. So we gave the hogfish update. We're catching a ton of hogfish. The Nomad lures, the new Nomad design trolling lures we have in the shop are working really well. We caught, again, one of those blackfin tuna on them this trip. So they're definitely producing, and we've got tons of them in the shop. They're new. They're not going on Black Friday special, but they're bad to the bone. And also, don't forget, if you're a Facebook subscriber, if you're part of that private Facebook subscriber group, we are going to do the after show. Frank may or may not stay around. I will have to get another drink first. But the after show will start shortly after this live show on that Facebook.
What's the after show?
Yeah, dude, we started it 2 weeks ago, and it's the.
You don't tell me nothing. How the
Facebook
like
supporters group. Remember how we were doing all those videos for them? So it's the private group that you can join from our Facebook. At the top, it says "Become a supporter." When you become a supporter, you get access to the private group, and then you get the little badge. You get the behind-the-scenes videos. Yeah, you
did say something about that.
We talk about this. I've told you about this. So after the show, now I'm doing a little after show with those guys, making sure we answered their questions.
I got you. Okay.
Giving them a little bit more.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So just reminding you guys, don't forget. Because every week I do it, and someone's like, I didn't know you were going to do that. So I want to make sure I announce it. All right, next question. Planning on coming down and may book a trip in early January. What fish are we most likely to catch on an all-day trip? Are the number of people limited because of social distancing? So we catch hogfish pretty darn well in January.
Yeah, it's a good time. And of course, probably right at the 1st of January, we'll be nailing the gag groupers because it closes in December 31st. So we're probably going to catch a ton of those that day.
Yeah. But we'll mainly be targeting those hogfish.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a shrimp spinning rod kind of time of year.
Yeah, hogfish. And this past January, we did really well in not only hogfish but also the mangrove snapper.
Yeah, we sure did.
Quick pause for poise. David John, Nicholas Clemente, Jeffrey Murray, and appreciate you guys all sending stars, and Dan Netto sending 500 stars. Appreciate you, man. All right, so as far as are we limiting the number of people because of social distancing? So social distancing isn't required outside in open air, so we are no longer limiting the number of people. We were back in March, April, May, but not anymore. Now, are we planning a trip? We already answered that one. Heading out on the hub Tuesday. What should we expect to target? What should we expect to target, and how's the weather looking? We already kind of talked about the weather. Tuesday's looking not so bad, around 2.5 foot. A little breezy with the east wind, that high pressure settling in, but we're definitely targeting on the hub right now. Those private hub charters are catching those hogfish, gags, lanes, and a few red grouper here and there too. But Captain Sal is really dialing in on those gags. They caught a big gag on the 5-hour half day on the hub today, the private charter,
nice, and
a nice hog too.
I would say gags. That's what Sal's probably going to be searching for there
for sure. So on your fishing pole handles, cork versus foam, or EVA. Foam is EVA. Smokey was a guest one night, and we were drinking a little bit, and we got in a big argument about this. So I'm going to let you give your answer first. Cork or EVA?
Okay, so on any of my spinning rods, every one of my spinning rods is cork. Every one of my offshore rods, EVA.
Yeah. So I personally prefer EVA or foam on all of my rods because cork just is too slippery. Once you get your hands nice and slimy from catching a nice fish, just a little too slippery.
Well, why would you have to worry about that?
Got me. I don't know. I just don't like cork on my spinning reels. Okay. Plus, it just gets nasty over time. Yeah. Is there a limit on hogfish? Yeah, there is a limit on hogfish. I think it's 5 right now.
Yeah,
My
they've got to
phone's
be
charging.
they got to be 14 inches to the inside fork, and I thought it was 4.
I don't know. Fish Rules app. I love that app. My phone's charging.
I thought it was 5, and then somebody said 4, and then I kind of looked it up, and I don't know. Let's just do it right now. Let's squash this right now.
So just Googled Fish Rules app, and once I Googled it, so Googled Fish Rules app, clicked on that first thing. They have a web app now, so now even on the web you can use it, and you got to click where you're fishing. So we're gonna drop it right in Florida Gulf waters, Gulf state waters, confirm location, and now we can find a species. Hog fish. That kind of looked like Jim Kendall. No, it's not.
5.
So 5 per
5.
person.
All right.
Minimum of 14 inches to the fork. So to the fork is there, not the little frilly thing on the end. Fork.
That does
is
look
there.
like Jim Kendall.
It does look a lot like him, but it's not.
It's definitely not.
So to answer your question, 5 per person, 14 inches fork length. So that's a solid 16, 17 inch fish for sure. But there is a limit to answer your question. If Tuesday's pretty full on the 10-hour, will we be able to bring a hog fish rod and a grouper 2-speed setup? Yes, you can bring 2 rods, no problem. And Wednesday has plenty of room too. What is your best trip catching mangrove snapper? I would say for sure the 39-hour trip
For sure.
is going to be your best.
Hands down.
Or 44-hour. Either one.
We are getting some though on the 10-hour. So there's that. If you can't commit to an entire weekend, your 10-hour right now is pretty decent.
Yeah, you never know. All right, so the next question, let's get this set up. Frank, give them some hogfish tips while I'm doing this.
Hogfish tips. Okay.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah. Well, that's all you got to do is just come out fishing with me.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'm going to take you to some spots where we're going to do the hog fishing. And so with the way the weather's going to be, I would bring anywhere from 1/2 ounce egg sinkers all the way to 2 ounce egg sinkers, because you just don't know with the current sometimes. We've also had a thing where we've been adding these red beads. Mm-hmm. They're just I don't know, is there a size? Do you know
of the red beads?
Yeah.
No.
Well, we sell them in our office. They're pretty cheap, and if you want them, get a bag of those, and like about a 3/0 hook and some shrimp, and then you're pretty much good to go. And bring a spinning rod. So there you have it. That's pretty much the setup.
There you go.
3 or 4/0 hook, some red beads, 1/2 to 2 ounce leads, and I use 30/30 on my rods. I do 30-pound braid, 30-pound mono.
There you go. So there's some hogfish tips for you guys fishing Tuesday and Wednesday. And what I was getting set up is our friend sent us some photos of our friend Sophia. So Jennifer Roberts, Greg Roberts, and their daughter Sophia went out fishing today on the 10-hour. They're testing Sophia out. She wants to go on a 39-hour.
Oh, is that right? Is she local? Are they locals?
Yep, locals. Not quite old enough to make the age limit, but she wanted to test out a 10-hour and see how she did. And she caught this fish.
I feel like her and Kylie could be really good friends.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so she caught these fish, and Jennifer wanted me to add that her father, Greg, caught nothing.
Oh, no, man. Come on.
He drank a lot of White Claws. It caught nothing. So he caught a buzz. I'll give you that.
Don't do that to your
Jennifer told me to. I'm just following the rules, you know. Sorry, Greg. Love you, man. But there's Sophia and her nice red grouper. So pretty cool.
Way to go, girl.
Yeah, she's ready for a 39-hour. I think she passed the test.
Yeah.
All right. So next question: what kind of reel is good for trolling? This is Brian Eakins, the guy who caught that gag. So good trolling reels. It depends on what type of trolling you're doing. If you're trolling on our boats, then it takes a little bit bigger of a reel because you got to be able to retrieve that fish while the boat's moving. So definitely a 50 wide, 80 wide, 2-speed reel is really what you want to go after. And you can only troll mainly on our 5-hour half days, 39 hours and 44 hours. Oftentimes on the 10-hour trips, you can't really.
Yeah, we're just going a little too fast for it. But do we have any of those that are doing the Black Friday sale?
The trolling reels are not on the Black Friday sale. We don't have a big stock of those.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, the Saltigas and Saltis and the Red Wrap Bull Bay rods, we got a lot of those.
Gotcha.
But nothing much else. It's been a tough year tackle-wise to get tackle. We made an order, like a big tackle order, like a really big, expensive tackle order in like March. And Daiwa has been like trickle ordering us stuff or delivering us stuff. Like the other day, we got a box with like 4 rods in it out of the 250 that we ordered. Yeah, so it's been a tough year. And Bass Pro even, we asked them for 70 reels, and they said, oh, we'll get them to you in March of 2021. It's like, what? So everybody's struggling to get tackle right now. That's a big problem, in big quantities at least. So, hey, Dylan, can you talk again about your meet and greet at the Marina, time and date? So it's a Q&A fishing seminar, kind of like we're doing here right now, but it's in person. That's going to be Saturday, November 28th. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, Saturday after Black Friday. So, again, Saturday, November. I think I have it in my
totally misread the date on that.
Yeah.
I went there on Saturday.
This past Saturday?
And I called Seabass, and I was like, hey, we're doing this live fishing seminar. Let's go up there, dude. So he clears it with his wife. He comes down there, and I get down there first, and then I figure it out because there's nobody there. And then I didn't call him because he was already on his way down, and I was like, well, he went through so much work, we should at least have a beer.
So you guys showed up early.
Yeah, we showed up early for next Saturday.
I appreciate your enthusiasm.
I was trying to surprise you, and then I just look like an idiot.
Well, at least you admitted it to 330 of our closest friends.
That's right.
So I'm gonna pop into the comments here the link for that fishing seminar event coming up the 28th. So make sure you open that up after the show here, and make sure you. I wonder if there's a way I can pin that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Mike's weather page taught me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it'll stay there instead of going up.
So there's the pinned comment with the link to the the in-person seminar, and that'll be Saturday, November 28th, and all those deals that we talked about earlier will be going on in the shop. So good opportunity to grab some discounted tackle and gift certificates, and we're going to have free beer, so you won't have to buy beer next time. We're going to roll a keg up there because if I'm hanging out for an hour, we're going to have free beer.
That's right.
And we're going to be talking all about fishing, and we're going to give away a half-day trip for 2 and a 10-hour all-day trip for 2. So free beer, free fishing trips, and we're going to hang out. And great deals going on in the shop. So lots of good reasons to come out and join us November 28th at 2 p.m.
That's next Saturday, right?
Yes, to answer your question, it is next Saturday.
Okay.
Sorry, I know dates confuse you.
Well, I just want to make sure that people out there don't make the same mistakes I did.
It is 6 days from today. Are you guys going to have 50% off coupons when it slows down? So a lot of times we do 5 and 10-hour trips at half price when we need some more customers and it slows down. But this year we haven't really seen much of a slowdown because I think COVID kind of scared a lot of people away from visiting in the spring, and it seems like they're all kind of coming in this fall. But if we get to a point where trips are running a little light, we need a few more. We do occasionally do that, but it's very last minute.
Yeah, we can't ever promise you that, but if you're balling in a budget, as Zoe said, you can always join our regulars club, and you get that 50% off all year round.
Yep.
Anytime you want it, you get discounts in the shop and office and everything. So, I mean...
Yeah, the Regulars Club is a great way to earn discounts and go fishing more often.
Yeah.
But you have to qualify by going fishing a lot. So you got to go fishing 10, 15, 20 times a year, and that would qualify you for joining the Regulars Club and getting those big discounts. Or if you don't go fishing that much, your next level of discount would be making sure you buy a lot of those Black Friday gift certificates. Because come Black Friday, you can get 20% off gift certificates. You can buy up to $1,000 in free fishing trips, essential future fishing trips for $800. So $800 gets you $1,000 in trip fare. So that's a good way to get 20% off. And then your next option would be to join the supporters group, because the supporters group got a little bit of a last minute jump on some of those trips, and we did offer a half price to those handful of people on a recent trip. So you never know.
Essentially, buying those gift certificates, if you were in the Regulars Club, which is probably a lot of...
All right, don't give them too many hints here. We're
Okay.
going down a dark road.
All right, my bad.
That's how Frank's mind works, though. He found the loophole and he was gonna exploit it.
Discounts, baby.
Oh man.
All right.
Yeah. So I was fishing. Fishing next to James today, and he caught a gorgeous juvenile tiger shark. That's awesome.
Yeah, you don't see too many of those.
Yeah, a juveniles
I think
too.
we've caught like 2 in the 10 years.
And all juvenile fish are prettier. Like they have more defined
For
stripes
sure.
and more defined dots.
For
and
sure.
I've caught one juvenile tiger shark in my lifetime, and it was maybe like 4.5, 5 foot. It was the most beautiful fish, man. I wanted to just jump in the water and hug it, take it home, put it in a fish tank. It was gorgeous.
Put it in my pocket.
Yeah, my pocket. Yeah, they just have such good coloration patterns, so that's pretty cool. They saw one on the 10-hour all day today.
Nice.
Anybody else using bonita strips on the longer trips?
Yeah, man. We've those bonitas that we've been catching. We've been definitely doing bonita, cutting the bonita bellies out, and using the whole thing, passing them out through the boat. And some of our gags have come up off those, and the mangoes, of course, love a good bonita strip too.
Yeah, gags like bonita strips, red snapper love them, red grouper love them,
Yeah.
mangroves love them. Everybody loves a bonita strip. Even this guy. Bonitas are.
I've eaten
if
them.
you
I've
bleed
eaten
them,
them raw.
yeah. If you bleed them quickly and you can get them nice and cold, they do make good eating quality fish, especially
There's
the
a little
backstrap.
bit. There's a little bit of good meat on
Yeah,
it. But
backstrap.
we generally use
belly
it for
meat.
bait.
Yeah. What rod and reel do you use to catch mangroves? So strictly in love with those Bull Bay custom rods that we had developed with our friends over at Bull Bay. Literally, I took them some of my favorite rods, and they gave me a prototype, and I took it out, tested it out a little bit, and then came back with some changes, and we really dialed them in over the course of almost a year and a half. And those rods are bad to the bone, man. I love them.
Yeah,
Have you fished with them?
I've got one now.
Oh, you got one now?
I got one and I use a Daiwa Saltist 2500.
Yeah.
I use a small reel
yeah.
when I'm fishing. I just enjoy it
So
more.
you got one of the spinning rod models.
Yes, spinning
Okay.
rod Bull Bay.
Yeah, so
With the the
Saltist.
Saltist
Yeah.
2500.
Yeah, so we have spinning rod options, but Bull Bay is one of those providers that has unfortunately been hit hard by the COVID rush. So we haven't been able to get spinning rods from them in like a year. We ordered them. I ordered them last year and still don't have them. So unfortunately, don't have the Bull Bay spinning rods right now, but we have the conventional rods, and you pair that with a Saltist LD50 or Saltiga LD50, which gives you a little bit more power and a little bit more drag and a little bit more smoother feel, and you're gonna have a great mangrove snapper killer.
You won't be able to get that type of rod in that reel anywhere for cheaper than what they're going to be doing it for.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome for sure during Black Friday. For the 10-hour trip, would you go with the 4000 series spinning reel or the Saltiga setup? I would bring both. If I was dropping down a pinfish, I'd drop it down on the Saltiga LD50 with that bull bay rod. And
those are two solid rods. Exactly what you should have. Both of those on a 10-hour. If you have those two rods, that's all you need.
Yeah, 4,000 series spinning reel, 3,000, 4,000, and then about a 4/0 reel. In this case, the Daiwa Saltiga or Saltist LD50 2-speed's going to be perfect. Because then you got one bigger reel for your red grouper, gag grouper. You got one for the hogs.
And I use the 2500 only just because I don't really care if I lose them from time to time. It's that's makes it more fun for me to have a super light rod. But somebody that is paying good money to come out there, a 4,000 is really where you want to be.
Yeah. Jeff Murray here. I've only done inshore private charters for red, snook, etc. I was curious on your boats with some nearshore, offshore trips. Are there still occasions for help and instruction? So we do offer private fishing charters if you want to go the private charter route for some nearshore and offshore fishing. But we do offer, obviously, we're best known for party boat fishing. And if you do one of our party boat trips, yes, there's still plenty of instruction. You can always go chat with Captain Frank. You can chat with me. You can chat with crew members. Anybody around is happy to help you. Even the office ladies in the shop can get you set up a lot of times. So anybody is more than happy to help you out. There's plenty of instruction for sure. And plenty of help on the party boats. But we got to help a little bit of everybody. So it's not as much one-on-one and catered to you. But we do offer the private charter options where it's completely catered to you.
Or when you get on the boat, just slip me $100 bill in my shirt. And I got you all day, bro.
Next question. Can we get the Black Friday deals online? So the only Black Friday deal that you will be able to take advantage of online is the Black Friday gift certificate special. So 20% off gift certificates will be available online, but it will not be, anything else will not be available. We will not sell any of the tackle, any of that kind of stuff online. There's plenty of places doing online Black Friday stuff. This is for our people that are going to come see us and join us.
And have a beer with us.
And buy us whiskey shots. And
that's right. Bring us in bottles for our Christmas presents.
Jameson Black Barrel is all I'm accepting as Christmas presents this year. So I was really disappointed. Jameson ran this special where they were giving away a 9-foot tree full of Jameson bottles. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the best Christmas ever.
Right.
But they're freaking empty bottles.
Oh, well, you already got that.
Yeah, I know. I can make my own Christmas tree. Yeah. Really disappointed in you, Jameson. But
it's terrible.
I won't stop drinking it.
All right, let's give away an overnighter.
Yeah, it is time to wrap this sucker up. But before we give away the overnighter, we got to make sure we've done all our announcements. So obviously, we're still not on YouTube. Hopefully, timeout will end soon. Getting really frustrated there, but we're working on it still. New 10-hour trip Wednesday we talked about. I think we talked about everything. The new Black Friday deals, the Saturday the 28th, 6 days from now, our in-person seminar. Don't forget to sign the petition to save Johns Pass if you haven't done so already. Make sure you sign that petition.
And share it.
Share it and sign it.
Yeah, please.
SaveJohnsPass.com. Make sure you check it out, please. And don't forget about the supporters after show. If you're a Facebook supporter, about 5 minutes, we're going to start that after show. So don't forget to check that out. And let's see who won a 39-hour fishing trip for one person.
Here we go.
39-hour for one person.
Good luck to you all.
Good luck, y'all. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. And the winner is Earl Webb. I made it. He made it in more than one way, Earl. Congrats, buddy. So Earl Webb is the lucky winner of that 39-hour fishing trip for one guest. Don't forget, you do have to claim that within about 5 minutes by texting that phone number in the upper right-hand corner with your home address to claim that free trip. That's how we know that you are watching live, because you got to be watching live in order to win the free trips. And with that, we are going to wrap this sucker up. We will have our live show next week. Same band channel, same great show, hopefully. And Captain Frank's going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
Probably doing a few more of these shows with me. So hopefully you like him too. But we'll see you next week.
If you don't like me, just send stars, and then
You're learning very quickly. I like it.
That's right.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching tonight. We'll see you next week. Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing,
You're just too busy.
See y'all. Thanks for watching.